Welcome back. This is another attempt at the second chapter. I've had several attempts now and I keep filming them just because I feel like people might want to see a successful run of chapter 2. It means I keep filming them and then having to just keep deleting the previous videos. But let's see if this one is the one that's going to give us success. Everything's ready, board's all set, the enemy choices are set, the tiles have been laid out as described in the special rules from card 17. If we just quick recap, I'm not going to read all the cards out, but what we basically got with this mission is we need to kill 2 Scourge beasts to get 2 corpse tokens, and when we have the 2 corpse tokens we can then get to the graveyard, and that's going to trigger the main mission progressing. Let's just get straight into the game. 3 cards, a stagger, a leaping, 1 action, and another stagger. I'm going to expend one of the stagger cards and move my hunter straight up the board. Let's see what we get. We get Yosefka's Clinic. Once during their turn, the hunter may suffer 1 damage to draw 1 card. So it's important to remember the text on these tiles. It can help you out. It's easy to forget, there's a lot of things to remember. 1, 2, into Yosefka's Clinic. That is going to trigger the, what card is it we have to turn? Card 24. This is the Yosefka's Research Insight mission. We need to slay a hunter mob or hunter's minion while it's on the Yosefka Clinic tile. Okay, so we have a hunter's mob readily available to us over here, but we need to make sure we draw them back to Yosefka's Clinic before we actually kill them. So I'm going to use a hand lantern. I'll flip it face down so I know I've exhausted it. That's going to save me spending one of my last 2 cards to move. That gets me to there. I'm then going to use leaping, which allows me to move and attack. So for my move, I'm going to go 1 into their space and 2 back to here. Now that is going to cause them to pursue me, at which point I'm going to use this to attack them. I don't want to kill them, and I'm probably going to use my rifle to try and finish them off. So all I need is 2 damage. So I'm just going to, let's just bring this over here so you can see my choices. I've already got a Bloodstone Shard on here, so if I put it on here I'll do 3 damage, which basically is wasting the potential of this space for the, if I need it later. I just want to do 2 damage, so this gives me +1. I put it in this quick cut, so it's nice fast attack. Let's see what they do. They flip over their basic. Their basic attack is axe swing, speed 2, damage 2. I am going to take 2 damage because I haven't got a dodge card, so that's fine. I am going to do 2 damage to them. So if we move back up the board here, you can see there's the 2 damage to them. I'm going to use this basic stagger card just to get things moving as quickly as possible. I'm going to move 1, which means that they, well, I'm going to move 1, 2 obviously into Yosefka's Clinic. They're going to pursue 1, and then that's the end of my turn, and they are then going to move into Yosefka's Clinic as their activation. I don't need a card to defend myself, and if you remember why, they've moved into my space. As soon as an enemy moves into your space, you can deal 2 damage to that enemy using Ludwig's rifle. I only needed to do 2 more damage to them to kill them. They're dead. I get a Blood Echo, just to remind everybody the Blood Echo, and I just put that on my hunter's dashboard so I remember I've got it. And we have accomplished the requirement on Yosefka's Research. We've slain a hunter mob on the tile. So she's going to come out, she's going to say thank you very much, that's great, and she is going to say to me as I'm leaving, could I help her get some other samples? And this mission requires me to slay a Scourge beast while it is on Yosefka's Clinic tile. That seems like a sensible mission to do. We need to kill Scourge beasts anyway. That's required in order to move the main hunt mission along. We need those corpse tokens. That's the end of my first turn. That's quite a successful turn. And now we need to remember to move the time along 1 space. We're going to need to draw 3 new cards, and this is what we've got. We've got a good move card here, 3 spaces, I clear this slot and a stagger. So, okay. What shall we do? We know we need a Scourge Beast. We know we can get a Scourge Beast by discarding a consumable. I think I'm going to use my dash to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to discard my stagger to interact with the tile to get that consumable. I'm not going to actually look at what the consumable I would get is, because I'm going to use this instead when I get back to Yosefka's clinic to get a Scourge Beast to spawn. So with that in mind, I'm going to use this last card to move back 2, 1, 2. End of my turn, no enemies to activate. We move the time on again, get 3 new cards. Got these. Okay, I'm going to use my second wind, which gives me a heal of 2 if I'm not using it for attack. So that's going to put my health back up to maximum. And that allows me to move into the clinic. I'm then going to discard the consumable to spawn a Scourge Beast in my space. And now we're going to try and take this Scourge Beast out before it takes us out. So I am going to attack the Scourge Beast with Slash, which would do 2 damage if we manage to land it. I'm going to keep this dodge and hope that we can use that if the Scourge Beast tries to attack us. Scourge Beast does its basic. Its basic is a speed 3, faster than us, but it only does 2 damage. I am going to take the 2 damage. I'm really much keener here to take this Scourge Beast out completely. So I'll take the 2 damage, but the Scourge Beast will take the 2 damage from me. So that leaves me with 1 card, which I will put in here. This will do the last 2 damage if we manage to land it. I get to draw another card. It's not going to be much use to me because I've got no slots available. Here we go, it's just a basic draw 1. Let us see what the Scourge Beast gets and hope that it's something. Oh, it's the special. It's a speed 2, does 2 damage. Mine is a speed 3. Oh, we're in good luck here. So mine is a speed 3 doing 2 damage. So we're going to kill the Scourge Beast before it can actually get us. It's also clear this slot, so don't need to leave it in there. We're going to kill it before it can do its damage to us. And then there's some extra text here. It says, even if this attack is dodged or staggered, a hunter must dodge a speed 2 or suffer 2 additional damage. So we're not dodging it, we're not staggering it, we're basically killing the Scourge Beast before it gets to land the blow on us. So we will come back here, we will take the Scourge Beast off the map. We will give ourselves a corpse token, which we need another 1 of those. And then we are able to continue the mission. We need to reveal card 26. Card 26, we finished. We finished a insight mission. That's great. So we're going to get 1 consumable and the Yosefka's blood vial. Okay, let's see what consumable we get. Cold Blood Dew. Hunter turn, gain 1 blood echo. Oh, great. I can just get another blood echo at any point I wish during my turn. That's great. And we also get the Yosefka's blood vial, which is a reward card. Let me find that. There it is. Heal 2 during my hunter turn. Okay. Now we have to make a decision, I believe, here. Yes, we do. We've got 3 reward cards in hand now. We've got a heal 2. We've got the hand lantern, and we've also got the bloodstone shard. I don't want to get rid of the bloodstone shard. I think that's going to be particularly useful later on when we're facing the boss. The teleporting has been quite useful, but then again it's very tempting to keep the heal too. I think we're going to get rid of the hand lantern for now. We'll put that off to the side and we will keep the heal 2. What we really need now is another Scourge Beast. Oh, I didn't give myself another blood echo. There we go, get another blood echo. Okay, so we've got the 1 card left, and I think that any movement I do with the card, we're gonna move the time on. then I'm going to move again, and next thing you know it's going to be a reset. I think it makes far more sense for us to simply go back to the dream, get ready, restock everything, spend the blood echoes, and then we can spawn back to a lamp position. And let's just deal with that first. So we need to move the time track on 1 because we've come back to the Hunter's Dream. Now we have 2 blood echoes to spend, so we need to choose our 2 upgrades. I am definitely having this upgrade, which is a dodge. After dodging, deal 2 damage. I'm simply going to find a basic dodge card in my hand. Here we go. I'll swap it for that. Effectively the same card but with better features. We then need to put this card in this position, which is a dodge with stagger, and clear this slot. I'm going to take the leaping. I think moving and attacking is a hugely powerful combination, so I'm going to take the leaping, and I'm going to discard a basic stagger card in its place. Now we just need to do our normal reset activities. Put another upgrade card in there before we do anything. Come back here, and I'll just get everything reset. I'll get the cards shuffled, etc., and then we'll carry on. Right, we've reset our health, we've reset our rifle, we've selected our upgrades, I've shuffled all the cards and got ready. Picked our next 3 cards. Basic dodge, a dodge with the extra movement, and a second wind. So we've come back from the Hunter's Dream. We need to move that onto a reset position. Let's go over to the board and see what that means. That means that we need to put a Hunter Mob in place here and another consumable here, and that is it. Let's bring our character back from the dream onto... Oh, there is a lamp right in Losefka's clinic. That is perfect. There's our corpse token. Now that we are back, we can carry on with the game. I am going to expend this consumable, which, even though it would have given me a blood echo, it's more important to move this mission along, so we will get rid of the consumable and spawn... Oh, where are we? There we go. Get rid of that consumable and we spawn ourselves a nice Scourge Beast right there. Right, well, we're going to deal with that Scourge Beast, and we're going to deal with it as quickly as possible. I can't use my rifle, so I think the way I interpret the rules is it says that an enemy must move into your space. I don't believe that this counts as a move. We've spawned it in that space. So I think right now our first plan is to simply attack the Scourge Beast. Let's go with this card, which has got to clear this space. And let's just go for let's go for this. Leaves us a fast attack here to dodge with if we need to. We've still got a dodge card free. So let's see what Scourge Beast is going to do. Scourge Beast is going to do its special. A special combo slash... well, I'm going to land my damage first. So first of all, the Scourge Beast is going to take 2 damage. Then let's see. Now this is quite a complicated special on this one. It says, even if this attack is dodged or staggered, the hunter must dodge speed 2 or suffer 2 additional. Which to me makes... it kind of suggests you've got to dodge twice. If I'm reading it correctly, that's how I believe that reads. So I get to clear this space, of course, so we'll discard that. Well, I'm definitely going to dodge the first part, because I don't see I don't want to take any extra damage than I need to. So we will dodge. That gets rid of that card. I now don't have any other dodge cards, so I'm then going to suffer the 2 damage because I haven't got another dodge to deal with that. So it's a bit unfortunate. However, I have a plan. I kept my second wind. So if we go up to the board, I'll show you exactly what my plan is. My plan is very simple. I'm simply going to use my second wind to move, not to attack. So I'm going to move just this one space. In fact, I'm going to move the 2 spaces. I might as well get myself back up to here. As soon as I leave the tile, or in fact leave the space, the Scourge Beast will pursue. It will pursue me 2. Scourge Beasts move 2, not 1. And as soon as it comes into my space, this time it's definitely moving, I discharge my rifle. And so there's a couple of things happening. First of all, we don't want to forget we use second wind, so I can put 2 health back onto my health. But now we've done 2 damage to this Scourge beast, which kills it. I get a blood echo, which I'll put on my dashboard, and we get another corpse token. We now have the 2 corpse tokens that we needed. Unfortunately, we don't have any more cards, so at this point we simply have to let the enemy activate. There's only one enemy within a tile of us, which is this hunter's mob. They will move 1 into here. That's the end of their activation. Now it is our turn. We need to move the time on again. 3 new cards. Okay. Basic stagger, basic draw 1, and then a rapid dodge, draw 1 and clear the spot. So I just need to get these corpse tokens over onto this graveyard. That's kind of all I need to do. Let's just get rid of this stagger to do the move. So we will move 1, 2. Of course, the hunter mob will pursue us into this space because we moved. Not only did we move through their space, we moved the tile, so they're definitely going to pursue. Now, the rules don't say that we have to interact or do anything else. We just need to literally get on the graveyard. So I'm going to put the 2 tokens on the card, which means that we will just pause our go. We've still got 2 cards left, but we will come back over here and we'll see what we do now. So we've got our 2 corpse tokens. We now need to look at card 19. When the hunter has collected at least 2 insight, we can move on to card 20. So I have collected 1 insight. We need to find another mission and we need to find it quickly. Let's come back over here and look at our options. I think I will expend this card to move directly to the top of the table, so away from the camera. Let's just put that there. Let's turn over the tile and we have got the Great Bridge. Now I get to choose which way around I put this. I can see that there is a monster there. I don't want to have to use another thing to move to attack, so I'm going to put it this way. Oh, what does the text say on this tile? Hunters may not move out of spaces containing enemies while on this tile. Okay, so put it that way. So I will move 1, 2 into this space. There's a consumable here, and there is a monster. That monster is the hunter's minion. That symbol, so we put that there. These guys, because I left the spacer in, they will pursue. 1. Are we missing anything? Ah, yes. Okay. Always have to keep remembering to refer back to this card. End a move on the Great Bridge tile and reveal card. There we go. Reveal card 35. Now this is new. We didn't do this last time, so I will read out the text and that so we know what's going on. Okay, it's an insight mission. That's good. That's what we needed. Last minute rescue. As you enter the massive bridge, you hear the familiar gunshot of a hunter's firearm. Rushing forth, you come across the sight of a hunter slumped against a wall, firearm raised as a towering figure approaches. We need to reveal card 36. Surround the Great Bridge tile with fog gates. Spawn 1 huntsman's minion on that. Well, that's convenient. We already did that. Instead of the usual enemy, and it respawns on that space on a reset. We need to slay this hunter's minion to reveal card 37. So let's have a look at card 36. See what that says. Indomitable. Place 1 insight token on this card. When the huntsman minion would be slain, instead remove the token and heal all from it. Token is returned on a reset. Replace its special with that special. That's not a very nice special. Look at that. 4 damage, and it blocks 2 of my damage, and it cannot be staggered. That's extremely frustrating. So it can't be staggered. That means we've got to have a dodge card handy in case we get this special. Otherwise, we're going to lose our health very quickly. Okay. Well, I need to keep that somewhere handy and put an insight token on it. So maybe you guys can just see that over at the side there. We've got our insight token. I have one card left, which is a rapid dodge and draw one and clear this slot. I think I'll keep that. I'll end my turn, and I need to put the, oh, I forgot to put the fog gate on. So let's just come back over here. So effectively we've already got the right baddie there, so we just put a fog gate on to remind us that these guys cannot move in. He is going to do his ability. Okay, what is the hunter's minion's ability? Brick stun. The hunter must discard one card. Their attack suffers -2. Well, I'm not attacking, but it says they cannot dodge. Flip another enemy action. Okay, I am not trying to attack, so let's just read this really carefully. I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to cheat or anything here. So the hunter must discard one card or their attack suffers -2. I'm not attacking, and they cannot dodge. Flip another enemy action. Okay, well, there's no damage coming to me from that, so let's see what the next one is. The next action is a basic. I mean, I have to assume that cannot dodge is for this when we flip this another enemy action card, because otherwise it makes no sense. There's nothing to dodge anyway. So the way I read that is when we flip this next enemy action card, we can't dodge it. So we flip it and get a basic, which is a speed 1 with 3 damage, and as it says, I'm not allowed to dodge it, so this card really isn't going to help me much, so I'm going to take the 3 damage. Now we move into the next turn, move the time on again. Always got to keep remembering to move that time on. Draw another 2 cards. So I've now got these. I need to get this guy down. He's 5 health, by the way, the hunter's minion, so we need to do some sort of serious damage here. Well, let's just go straight in with quick cut to do 3 damage. I need to see what the enemy's going to do. Let's have a look. Going to do a basic. Okay, that's good. A basic is a speed 1 doing 3 damage. I'm definitely going to dodge. So I'm going to dodge that with this, which allows me to clear this slot and draw another card, which is great. It means we've still got some actions we can do. I'm not taking any damage. The hunter's minion is taking 3 damage. I'm going to put this on this card to keep track of. When we get to 5, we just lose the insight token. We don't kill him. It's still my turn. I'm going to expend my blood vial to gain 2 health back, bringing me up to 5. Next, I'm going to use this basic with draw 1 in my slash slot. So if we do this 2 damage, this will get rid of the insight token. We need to see what he's going to do. It's the ability again. Aren't we lucky? Hunters must discard 1 card or their attack suffers -2 speed, which would make it slow, and they cannot dodge. So if I take it -2, it makes it like less than the slow speed, but that's okay. I don't want to discard this counter strike card, so I will take that. I'm happy for my attack to be really slow. Can't dodge, so whatever he does, it's his special. His special is immune to pain, speed 1, 4 damage, blocks 2 damage from the hunter's attack and cannot be staggered. Well, that means my attack is going to do no harm anyway. Extremely frustrating. And I have to take 4 damage, which is even more frustrating. So there's my 4. It's really not safe, I think, for me to actually do any other attacks that, because I only have the 1 card left. So I need to let the enemy have his activation now. Let's see what he does. It does the special. Wow, okay, I'm quite glad this time that he's done the special, because I have got this 1 card left. I am going to dodge, and we can dodge that, luckily. I'm not doing an attack, so he's not going to block anything from my attack. I'm not trying to stagger him, so that's irrelevant. But my dodge says I deal 2 damage after dodging, which is the best news ever, because it means he is now dropped down. We got rid of that insight token. We're going to move the time on again. We're getting close to a reset, so we really don't want another reset, or, you know, that's going to be extremely uncomfortable. He'll get all of his health back. We need 3 new cards. A stagger, a leaping and a clear this slot. We don't have much choice. We've got no slots left, so I'm going to have to use the stagger to flip the board over like so. I'm really going to have to gamble everything here. We get 3 damage for a heavy carve, plus the bloodstone shard brings it to 4 damage, and if I put leaping on here as well, this becomes 5 damage. We really do need a bit of luck with the cards. I do have a dodge, so let's keep our fingers crossed and see what we get. We get a basic. This could be the first time that I get a bit of luck. Basic attack from this guy is a speed 1 doing 3 damage. This is a speed 1, so we're both going to do the same damage unless I dodge. And thank goodness for that, I am going to dodge. So I'm going to dodge, clear that slot, and I'm going to do 3, 4, 5 damage. Hooray! We have killed the hunter's minion. So we take him off the board. We give ourselves another blood echo. And we now need to come back to this insight mission. Slay the hunter's minion and reveal card 37. Okay, let's have a look at card 37. Last minute rescue. Checking over the hunter, he still lives, but only barely. He is not a hunter of the dream, however. If he is to survive, one must get him someplace safe. Place 1 survivor token on the Great Bridge space. Any hunter may pick up the token when they move out of that space. It respawns to the Great Bridge, this symbol, if the hunter teleports or goes to the dream. Complete this mission. Hunter ends a move on Yosefka's clinic tile with the token. Hunter ends a move on Odin Chapel tile with the token. Okay, I think I'll keep that there to remind me. Let's go over to the board and just remind ourselves what's going on. We have a survivor token to place on here. We need to get rid of the fog gates now that the mission is completed. What we have to now do as well is we have to remember that it's now a time moving on to start a new turn, and it's a reset. So, resetting this board. These guys are going to go back there. There's the survivor token. There is the hunter's minion. I think we may have a problem here. Let's just remind ourselves what the text says on this tile. It says, hunters may not move out of spaces containing enemies while on this tile. So the obvious sort of choice of just moving out and ignoring the hunter's minion, I don't think is going to be possible. And if we return to the dream, we have to leave the token behind. However, I've only got 1 health, so I really don't want to have to fight this guy all over again. This is difficult. I think we're going to have to make some hard decisions here. I think if I stay and fight this guy, I'm simply going to die. I think it's I don't think it's any more complicated than that. I'm going to die, and all that's going to happen then is I'm going to lose a blood echo. So I actually think what I'm going to do is just expend one of these cards to go back to the dream. At least this way I get full health, and then I can think about what I'm going to do to try and get that hunter's minion off that tile. Right, well, we return to the dream. That means we move this on 1. Put our character here. We've got to go back for that survivor. We really need to finish this last insight mission, and there isn't time to start hunting around the board for other missions. I've restocked my health, I've reset my rifle. We have 2 blood echoes to spend, so that's 2 upgrades. I think a swift, increase the damage and increase the speed. That seems like a good option. What have we got here? Cheap shot, stagger. I think I'd rather have the ability to, attack and clear the slot, stagger and, with stagger and clear the slot, and also to dodge and clear the slot, just to keep things moving. So that's my 2 upgrades. Oh, I'll definitely get this one if I can, if we get a chance. So, we've got 2 new cards to put into our deck. Let me just choose which 2 to get rid of. Okay, I've made my decision. this one seems like an easy choice to me. Basically, it's a stagger card, but now I get dodge and clear this slot as well, so that's an easy choice. And the other one is what to swap the Swift card for. I've decided to swap it for the stagger. With this hunter on the other side of the card, I do get +1 damage with stagger, but with this I'm going to get the +1 damage whichever side of the card I'm on, and I'm going to get the +1 speed. So again, I think that's a good choice. Right, and now we need to pick our cards, and could really do with a dash. Okay, no dash, but fair enough. Looking at these cards, are we happy with the side that we're on? I think I'm going to do this. This would make this into a 3 damage, but it's faster. I feel like I'm going to have to deal with this Hunter's Minion again, which is really frustrating. In terms of where I respawn on the board, there's really only one choice, which is here. We need to be as close as possible to that survivor token. So I've got to move to here and then to here. This will stop me having to do much other movement. He will pursue me to there, and now we will get into the combat. I'm using my leaping card to make that move. Hunter's Mob only has 4 health. 2, 3. So if I do this and I get lucky with the cards, I could actually finish this Hunter's Mob off. Let's see what he does. Or they do. They do their basic. Their basic is a speed 2 for 2 damage. I will dodge it and clear the slot. So I'm not going to take any damage, and they are gone. So they are wiped out. And I get a Blood Echo. Put it on my dashboard. Okay. I'm now going to just retain this card and end my turn. The Hunter's Minion is going to move 1 into the same space as me and is then going to attack. Let's see what the Hunter's Minion is going to do. It's going to do his basic attack, which is a speed 1, doing 3 damage. Good news for me, I can dodge that easily and clear the slot. That's the end of his go. I need to move the time on again, get myself 3 new cards, and we have these. I will move using leaping, and all I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in here to do 4. So what I'm going to do is simply move like this, like this, and he will pursue, and the moment he pursues, that's great, okay, and that just moves him a bit further away from that survivor token, and I'm then obviously doing this damage here. This would be 4 damage, so let's see what he will respond to that with. A special, that is a speed 1 for damage 4. Well, I will dodge that and clear the slot. So he will take 4 damage. Just put that over on him to remind myself. I think I just need to get him off the board and just get on with getting that survivor token and getting it back to the Yosefka's clinic. So this is what we'll do. We will attack with Swift. Let's see what he does. He does a basic. His basic is speed 1 for 3 damage. My Swift, as I say, is +1. I mean, it was already way faster than his basic. We only needed 1 damage. So he's dead. We get another Blood Echo. And unfortunately now, we have no choice but to move the time on again. So I already suspect we're not going to finish this chapter 2 again, simply because of running out of time. So get 3 more cards. It'd be great to get a dash. Oh, we got a dash, excellent. So we're going to use our dash to move 3. So let's just go back to the board. We're going to go 1, 2, get the survivor token, 3. We're then going to use our, well, just another of our cards, draw 1 to move 2. So that's going to be 1, 2. And then we're going to use our last card to move the final 2 spaces, 1, 2, onto the Iosefka's clinic tile with the survivor. That's excellent. Let's see what it says. End the move on Iosefka's clinic tile with the token reveal 38. 38. Surviving the hunt. Distribute the old hunter's bone reward and the repeating pistol firearm among the hunters. As you approach the clinic, Iosefka instructs you to lay the wounded hunter near the door, then leave. She will handle it from here. Before departing, the weakened hunter reaches for you, motioning for you to take his equipment. So, old hunter's bone. Old hunter's bone. When you are attacked, automatically dodge that attack. I have to choose between healing 2 and having that automatic dodge. I'm going to go with the automatic dodge. Right, the repeating pistol firearm. When an enemy makes a basic attack, automatically stagger that enemy. So what makes this special? Hunter's turn, discard 1 card to refresh or for free when you transform your weapon. Is that the only difference between this and the hunter's pistol? That side is exactly the same. Okay, so the only difference is that when I flip my card over, I get to reset this. I'm not hugely impressed with that, so I don't think we'll bother using that this time. We have finished 2 insight missions and we had our 2 corpse tokens, which means we can now move on to the next part of the main hunt mission. Source of the Scourge. From deep in the district a piercing screech rends the night air. This is not the familiar roar of a Scourge beast. With a loud crash, a monstrous figure lands upon our corpse-laden trap. Surround the graveyard tower with fog gates. Spawn the cleric beast on its lantern space and it will respawn. Right, okay. So the graveyard is there. We need to put our fog gates on. We need to spawn the cleric beast. We can get rid of our survivor token from up there. I think I've said this before, if you haven't already got the cleric beast down to phase 2 by the time you get to this reset point, I don't actually think you can finish this mission. I will play this one through to the end and just see what happens. So we are going to get our next 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. We will use our... Well, it doesn't really matter. Let's use this card to flip over our board because it's no use to us with every slot full. And we'll put that on there, try and do as much damage as we can. We need our cleric beast card, which I'll just put down here. Cleric beast starts in phase 1 with 10 health. There we go, 10 health. We've now got 2 cards left. I'm just going to have to use these to just move into the space with the cleric. I mean, it's going to take me both cards to get there, so I'll expend 1 card here, come back to the board. That's going to get me 1, 2, and then I'm going to have to expend this last card to get me into the graveyard with the cleric beast. We're in the graveyard with the cleric beast. I can't do anything else, I've got no cards left, but the cleric beast will get its turn. So let me just move these out of the way now, we don't need these when we're dealing with the cleric beast. Cleric beast is going to recover. Remove all insight tokens on cleric beast card, block 2 from the hunter's attack, and then shuffle the cleric beast attack deck. Well, we couldn't get much luckier than that, to be honest. We're not taking any damage, not doing any damage, but at least we're not taking any. So we will shuffle the cards. Okay, let's take our 3 cards. Of course we need to move the time on, so we have really got no time left, but okay. Well, we got some pretty good cards though, so that's good. We got to do 10 damage. I mean, we seriously need to do some damage to this guy. I'm going to do leaping. I have a plan, it might not work. Let's see. So I'm going to do leaping, that's going to be 2, 3, that's going to be 4 damage to this guy. And my plan is pretty simple. I'm simply going to move to here so that he follows me. and that is going to allow me to discharge my rifle for 2 damage. So let's come back over here. There's nothing to see there now, so we come back over here. So that's going to allow me to do 2 damage to him, taking him down to 8. Now let's see what happens with the actual leaping attack for the 4 damage. The cleric beast is going to get, what's he got? He's got grab. Speed 3, so it's faster than mine. It does stagger, which would wipe out what I'm trying to do. The hunter may exhaust their fire. I've already used my firearm. Okay, but that's okay. It doesn't say we can't dodge. That's okay. So this isn't the end of the world, because I have got a dodge card, and it's the best dodge card that I've got. After dodging, deal 2 damage. So I will put the dodge, well, it doesn't matter which one of these I put it in. I put it in here, and I'm going to not take that damage from him, but I'm going to do a further 2 damage to him. So let's just work this out then. So he's done that, which is faster. I've dodged it. It's going to do 2 damage. So we'll take the 3 and replace it with a 1. So there's the 2 damage. But now my attack is going to land, which is the 2, 3, 4. So he's going to take 4 damage. We'll get rid of the 5 and just put a 1 in its place. He's only got 2 left. This is where it gets really critical, because I have 1 card left. In theory, it would be possible for me to get him down. If I have the luck of the cards, it would be possible. So let's put that there, and let's see what he gets. Okay. Lunging swipe. Speed 2, cannot be dodged. After this attack, move the cleric beast 1 space away before this attack. I don't know in this situation, if we'd killed the beast, it wouldn't get to land this, because we're doing it faster. So we're definitely going to do the 2 damage, you see, which is going to remove the last 2 and move the beast into phase 2. But do we still take this damage? My gut says that we probably do. I'm just going to pause and have a check of the rules and see if it tells us anything. Okay, a check of the rules. It doesn't actually make it clear at all what to do, but there is that standing rule that wherever there is a bit of a conflict and you're not sure, you should always pick the outcome which is the worst for the hunter. So the worst outcome for me is I will take the 4 damage, so that is the way it has to be. I will take the 4 damage. But we have now flipped the cleric beast to phase 2. So let us see what it says. When the cleric beast enters phase 2, reveal cards 21 and 22. Okay, so 21 first. Source of the Scourge. The beast has become enraged, lashing out with deadly force. If we continue this fight here, the damage to the city would be extreme. Something we cannot afford. We must lure this creature someplace more isolated. Remove the fog gates. Remove any insight tokens from the cleric beast, well, we haven't got any on there. Complete the hunt when the cleric beast enters the Tomb of Odin tile. Okay, we also need to reveal card 22, I believe it said. Unstoppable Fury. The cleric beast cannot be damaged. The cleric beast respawns to the graveyard space instead of the usual enemy. At the end of each round, the cleric beast makes 1 special bonus activation, moving toward and attacking the nearest hunter with the lowest HP. We're in phase 2 now, so we need to take the phase 1 cards out of the way and swap for phase 2. The interesting thing is it says it cannot be damaged. The cleric beast cannot be damaged. So there is no point at all me trying to attack this thing, because that's just not gonna do anything. So let's just get rid of the fog gates like it said. We now need to, well, I mean these spaces actually don't really matter, because all we need is good movement. Let's go back over here so we can see what we're going to do. We are trying to get from here in the graveyard to over here, Tomb of Odin. Let's see what cards we get and let's see what we can get done. It's weird not thinking about what the cards do from a damage point of view, but just movement. Second win when used for a non-attack heal 2. Well, I guess it's useful to heal 2, although we're not really going to fight this guy. Dash, there we go, that's a good one. We needed dash. when used to move 3 spaces. Right. Okay, well, let's think this through. If I move 1, 2, 3, he will pursue 1, and that's it. There's no point me moving the 3 because he won't even get that. So let's think this through. What I need to do is kind of move 1 and stop, and he'll pursue. Move 1 and stop, and he'll pursue. Move 1, 2, and he'll pursue. And if I was to end my turn there, he would activate and activate again. He gets a bonus activation. This is possible. This is just possible, but only if I do this just right. So let's just be careful. I've got the 3 cards, so I'm going to need to use 1 card just to move 1. Okay. So 1 card. Then I'm going to need to use another card to move out of the space. Right, if I move the 1 and stop, he will pursue again. So that would be another card gone. And then if I use my dash to go 1, 2, 3, he will pursue because I've left the tile, so he will pursue. And that would be the end of my go. And let me just reread this again. At the end of each round, the Cleric Beast makes 1 special bonus activation. I actually don't believe this. So he will activate, which is the 1, but then he will get a bonus activation to land on the Tomb of Odin. So yeah, this is it. So basically the order that I've executed those moves is pretty simple. These first 2 cards didn't matter. We moved 1 with that card. We moved 1 with this card. I will give myself the 2 health just in case. I don't know what happens. I've never got this far, so I don't know what happens when you get to the Tomb of Odin. And then I use this. This is the important one. I mean, let's be absolutely clear. If I hadn't chosen this upgrade and got this in my hand and been lucky, I don't know how many times I've played this chapter now, but I was getting a bit sick of it, to be honest. But just a bit of luck with the cards makes all the difference. We've now got the Cleric Beast all the way over to the Tomb of Odin. Let us see what happens when it enters the Tomb of Odin. Reveal card 23. It says, trapping the beast. Distribute 1 blood echo. Have I got 1 blood echo or have I used one? No, I've only got 2 on there, so there must be 1. There it is, there's 1. Distribute 1 blood echo and the beast roar reward among the hunters. We have successfully lured the monstrous creature to the Tomb of Odin, far enough from the streets of the city so any major damage can be avoided. Hopefully the beast's attention can be kept here for the time being. So that is the end of chapter 2. I can't believe it. I have literally played this chapter since I made that first video, which obviously we failed, we ran out of time. Maybe 6 times, 7 times, I don't know. I've played this a lot of times, and every time the luck of the cards, I mean, there's a lot you can plan in this game, and I think that's great, but I do think this is my least favourite chapter. I mean, I've only played the 2, to be fair, but I really dislike the time on this one. I mean, look at where we are. So even if we hadn't had that dash card, you'd have thought, well, you know what, that's okay. We've moved the beast close. We can finish it off. We have a chance. But the moment you hit this reset at the end, the beast would go all the way back to the graveyard. You'll be left wherever you were, which would probably be in the courtyard lamp, or you'd be at least a couple of tiles away, and you've no chance. You're just no chance at all. So I like games where luck has a factor, particularly in the combat, because it doesn't matter how well planned your combat is, there is always an element of luck. I think that's reasonable, and it's kind of like the real world. It doesn't matter how good you are, you slip, you fall, you're not quite as fast as you think you're going to be. So I get that, but I don't like this chapter's the fact that you can play it quite fast. I didn't really waste any time. I didn't investigate any extra tiles. I didn't pick up any consumables other than simply to get the Scourge Beast to progress the mission. And yet we've come right down to just the luck of that one card. So I don't know what the rest of you think. I think that chapter's very, very challenging. I am delighted, though, to have finished it, because I really don't want to keep playing chapter 2 over and over. What have I not done? I know I've not done something. Oh, I haven't found the Beast Raw card. Let me just find the Beast Raw card. Beast Raw, there we go. Hunter turn, move all enemies in your space up to 2 spaces away. I'm going to have a really good think about which reward cards to take into the next chapter with me, but that sounds like an interesting one. That could be quite a useful one, so I shall have a really good think about that. What else do we need to do? We can go back into the Hunter's Dream now with our 3 Blood Echoes and get our 3 upgrade. There's no question about what my first choice is going to be. I love this dodge and deal 2 damage. I think that's an incredibly useful card, so we'll definitely take that. That's 1 Echo used. Then we need to repopulate another upgrade card in here. I think I'm going to take another of these Talus. I think we did get a poison in one of the other playthroughs. I think the one where we lost, we got a poison, and I think it might be useful to have one. So that's another token. I'm not particularly delighted with that, but of all the choices, oh, now that one, there's no question about having that. +1 to damage, and after the attack, get to heal 2. Definitely, that's a winner. Right. So that's it, we've completed. We will move on to chapter 3. I don't know how interested people would be to see all of the chapters played through. Yeah, I don't know, I might keep filming them and just see if people keep watching them. Otherwise, I would quite like to move on to some other stuff just to put a bit of variety out there. Thank you very much. Still trying to help people progress with the game, but hopefully if you've waded through my first 2 videos, you've already got a good understanding of how the basic rules and the activities, etc. all work. I have made mistakes in the first 2 videos. I would think everybody makes some mistakes early on, and the whole point of the videos was to explain that you can still have fun, and if you look at your mistakes afterwards, I think you would see that every mistake I made, it didn't help me. You know, it wasn't a mistake that allowed me to finish the game easier or quicker. They were detrimental to my progress, so I certainly wasn't cheating the game. There's been a couple of decisions where I wasn't 100% sure, but I used the basic guidance of always pick the worst outcome for the Hunter. So again, I think, I played that by the rules. And if anybody spots anything, yeah, it'd be great. I know there's some really eagle-eyed people who watch the videos. So if you guys spot something, do please put it in the comments. Whenever you guys spot something and I haven't spotted it, I'm like, that's great, because I just completely missed it. And then I watch it back and I look for it. And it's kind of amazing to me that you spot those things, and I didn't even notice it when I was editing the video. So thank you very much, guys. I will return with chapter 3. Take care wherever you are.